I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, the fight up front will be key as both defenses come in ranked in the top 10 in total sacks. It's the Lions going up against the Buccaneers. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some space here. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well. But they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. And he's got room. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Detroit first down.
And that's the way to get things started the first time you touch the football on the road. And you have to believe all week long, all they've talked about is, okay, going into a hostile environment. We're the visiting team. How do we take control of this ball game early?
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Mike Singletary coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, but they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now Brenza will boom it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. He'll come out in the pistol. Jameis to throw it. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and just like that, it's third down. To the air again with Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Fourth down, Winston. Aguilar has it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those fourth down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there. Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Play clock winding down. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. And some room to work. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Ready, flip it. Easy. Hey, watch it. Ready, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
Second down following the run. They come out here in the I. Diggs in motion left. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there. Well, partner, they might want to tear up their scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. Third down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They run a draw here on second down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Winston, left side caught by Diggs. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He's going to field this at the 4. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll give it to him right up the gut. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. They're going to look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they try the right side here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got time in the pocket. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it...
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Jameis on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 68 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Got a little handsy there, defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the ball comes loose, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he's still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And he's got his man on the out route. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 59 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Back now in Tampa. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. They'll look to throw now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. You've got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. Get the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback. He's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy, hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
And the offense in a great spot. It's first and goal from the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Now Brenza will boom it away after the touchdown. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Let's go now.
3rd and long for Winston. Going up top. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One receiver left, 2 to the right. So the D-line's going to spread out. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right. That is caught inside the 5. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And Detroit getting set to go now. Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied, see if they can get the ball back for the offense. The tight end in motion right. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One receiver left, 2 to the right. They'll drop to throw. Surveying the field. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Back to throw here. Finding time. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now back to throw. He's got time. He's going to go up top again. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room hard to... Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
Now then, it's a big kick right there to give him the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They'll look to throw, and he's able to find Diggs. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He's back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham. That'll bring up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll look to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And quickly, they get to the line. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this?
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. One receiver left, two to the right. On 1st and 10, Winston. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Going for the deep ball. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Offense still needing 10 yards, second down.
when you have a lot of confidence in your offensive line, that allows you to take shots, as we just saw there. Hardly anyone is going to say, let's go ahead and dial up a big throw from the shadow of their own goal line. But they did there because they knew the guys up front would give them time. They weren't able to complete it, but it was a nice attempt.
Ten yards to go on third. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing. But the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on fourth down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin first and goal already at the 5-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.